Alright, there we go. Hey everyone, it's Drixie. It's been a little bit. But back with another stream, a stream I kind of fucked up a while ago. But it's going to be kind of a two-part today, probably for about the next hour and 50 minutes. Then I gotta go do stuff, and then when I come home later, maybe stream for like an hour the return trip. But we will see, otherwise I'll pick it up the next day. So, without further ado, let's get into this. Make sure that... Is that game even capturing? There it is! Okay. So we're going to be running one of the scenarios that I personally made. This is the CSO4, basically what they call, well, it doesn't have a real name, but technically would be called the Springfield Turn in Massachusetts. This is Connecticut Southern's train CSO4. Let me put my headset on so things don't suck. And then let me change it so that I sound decent. Properties. Use that. Okay. Now I should sound a lot better than I did before. Okay. Did both my notifications go out? Yes, they did. And then Discord thought to send me something in my admin's chat because it's a bunch of assholes. Okay. Do we have messages? Nothing yet, but everything's connected. Okay. This has kind of been a thing I've been wanting to run for a while, and one of the things that's kind of gonna... It's not gonna screw anything up now, but it would have if I had done this yesterday. As some of you who've been playing Train Simulator know, they kind of put out like an update. Hold on, let me fix the mic. They kind of put out like a bunch of core updates to kind of fix the game because of how kind of shittily written it's been since like 2007 when Kuji wrote it and when they took over in 2011, 2012. those did improve certain things, but have also broken a lot. Like, to put in perspective, the third engine in this consist you're going to see would crash coupling to freight cars on a certain route. I tried those same freight cars on that same engine on a different route, didn't crash. Clicking switch stands on Virtual New Haven would crash the damn game, as well as some other weird bug that I wasn't having, but I don't know what that's about. We're using Virtual New Haven for this because we don't have a modern New Haven. Like, we have one, and there's going to be a video I put up about that where I kind of rip into it. No offense to the person who made it, but the modern Springfield line we have... I mean, it's not great. I get it's a workshop route, but it's not. It's not great. But so this ability to test the scenario for like that's why you probably saw, some of you might have seen it like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, that I did a video that was titled just like this, and then it disappeared right afterwards. It was only about 54 minutes long. It was me trying it, the game crashing, then trying it again, and the game crashing in the same spot. Found out part of it had to do with the coupling physics on something else was breaking that I hadn't fixed, which was the R-Mods 60-foot National Steel Car Railbox boxcars. I don't know why the hell I'm not hearing the game. I think it's loading. The GWR Centenary bundle. That's a... That has to be a brand new bundle they just dropped today. 'Cause I don't recognize it. Maybe that's what that Big 4 stream announcement was today, that they announced like the last hour for no reason. I hope the game didn't break because of but yeah, there was issues with the core update. So the consist we're going to have is consisting of multiple developers' locomotives. One is technically early Dovetail Games, RailSimulator.com. One is Searchlight Simulations, and one is Ian 12, or as some people know him, Ian Allen, who was making stuff early in like TS 2012 and TS 2014. The cars we have is a mixed bag of RSC stuff, virtual rail creations, Searchlight simulations. I don't actually remember if I put RR mod stuff in here or not. And I don't think many other developers other than that. I don't think I put anything DTM in there. I don't know why this is freezing. This is weird. It's still loading, but what's it? Maybe it's because I'm copying my whole content folder from the other side, and that's fucking it up. Because that's going to take more than a day to move 212 gigabytes. The problem is if I pause that and then try to unpause it, that'll probably fuck it up more. Let's see if I can pause that really quick, because that is making the hard drive work really hard. And that's the same drive that... Okay, let's pause that. Okay, that should pick up now. I really should have started this before. Is Raystream showing chats? No. No, okay. Stream quality is excellent. Okay. I don't know why Restream... Why is that fucking up? Because I've been streaming, but like Restream's actual website is showing that like this is fucked up. And like not streaming properly. There it goes. Okay, that was weird. A $9.99 offer on Restream. What the fuck? You think I'm gonna stream to 4 platforms as a VTuber? What are you nuts? Be nice. Wouldn't get any views though. I'm starting to think that plugging the headset in broke this. Because I don't hear any loading sounds. Like, it's doing stuff, but it doesn't take this long to load that route. It doesn't take me 20 minutes to load in. I mean, it's doing stuff. It's building RAM, but it's not... I might have to restart it. Like, it's really slowly building RAM. Almost like a worrying degree of, like, how much it's doing this. God, we'll be here all week if it keeps loading the way it is. Actually, yeah, seriously, what's going on? Like, holy shit, this is slow. Like, wow, this is, like bad. I'm gonna turn off, you guys gonna not be able to see me for a second? Yeah, let me turn that off for now. Okay. That saves us a bit of RAM that we need. Whoa, killing that? Was VC Face really doing that much? It really, that sped up the RAM building a bit, and the disk speed a lot. VC Face is localized on the main drive. The Railwork is on the external. How's my GPU usage? I don't know if it shows it. GPU usage is... How the hell am I using 14 gigs of memory? I'm not even doing that much. About 40% on the GPU. How much memory am I using out of it? 2.7 out of 16. That's all just because of stream encoding. Jesus Christ. CPU is going apeshit, though. Like, the CPU speed. If I could show you guys the CPU speed, you wouldn't believe it right now. Also, it says the computer's been up for 6 days, which I know is a lie. Okay, we're like 15 minutes into this stream and this thing hasn't started. We have a problem. Oh my god, I've almost hit the RAM ceiling. What the fuck? Do I need 128 gigabytes of RAM just to be able to run TS? I swear to God, I swear. Developers of, like, every product out there have no fucking concern in the slightest for proper programming anymore. And some of that, that's not all entirely based on my belief of, like, games being rushed to market. That's part of it. But what I have to say, yeah, this thing is eating up so much RAM that it's probably going to... I'm worried it's going to blue screen. We almost have no RAM left. OBS is using a full 1.5 gigs just to stream. Just to stream at 30 FPS. That's the fucked up part. 30. Not even 60. Okay, I'm looking at the CPU usage for this thing. There is... I don't even know if the stream's going to work at this point. I should probably shut down the stream, load the game, and then start the stream. 'Cause this is bad. Schnauzer never has this problem. What does he have, like a $10,000 PC? I mean, he must have some serious money. Train Lover 03 and CR SD80 Mac. Welcome to stream. If the stream ever happens. We're having problems with Railworks doing literally anything. I'm gonna kill it. Okay. Let me look at, like, how much I can kill that's gonna stop this. Anything that's using RAM that does... Okay, so let's look at our system trait. Anything that doesn't need to be running. We don't need Discord. That's Restream chat, so we're not gonna fuck up that, are we? We don't really want Steam. Steam is trying to validate Train Simulator 2016, and I don't want... Okay, that's fucked up. That's why that's fucked. Train Simulator is trying to validate all 160 gigabytes. I never initialized that command, and I don't have a way to get rid of it. So that game is... literally, unless I throw this computer out the window and smash it with a hammer 100 times, there's no way to get it to stop validating. I don't have the... Hold on a sec. Let me look at something really, really quick. That app manifest, that can fuck off. We don't need that app manifest right now. This depot download, we don't need that either. Okay. Now I think Railworks can start. I don't know why it felt the need to reinitialize itself when I didn't ask it to. That's why this wasn't working. It's because Steam is trying to do that in the background and act like it knows better than the player. That's why this is happening. Okay. Okay, now the stream can kind of begin. Because, well, I mean, the game's going to take 20 minutes to load in. But 20 minutes from now, we should be able to play. I mean, this stream's probably fucked now. Because I have to leave around, like, 5 o'clock, so... I suppose we'll get to West Springfield and we'll do the rest of the ops tomorrow. And I'll just leave the game on. How much does Railworks use to boot up? Uses a lot. I feel like that's the thing I've noticed, is that if TS goes to run during a live stream... Hold on, what are you looking at? You ever run a stream Trainmaster 4.3 again? Probably. Actually, we'll fire up Discord just so I have someone to talk to. I do want to stream Trainmaster 4.3 again. I gotta reinstall it, but yeah, I do want to stream it again, because no one else is streaming it. No one else ever will. There's one other video on YouTube of Trainmaster 4.3, and someone streamed it for 9 minutes, and that was it. Because it was kind of a joke stream of just experimenting and showing it off. But doing a full run, I wouldn't mind doing a full run live stream. The question is anyone going to watch it? Is anyone that is in the train simulator world that's going to watch it is going to be the question. You lost your copy. I might be able to help you out. I mean, you can still get it on eBay, and you can get it, I think, Raildriver's site. I think the ability to buy it still works. It should come with, like, the manual, a key code, and the ability to work with Raildriver on, like, Windows. I know on Windows 10 the Raildriver support works, but I don't know if it works on 11. I would imagine it does. Okay, now I hear the menu music, so now I know it's working. Because we could do one of two operations right now, which is either run CSO4 or run IO20, but we're going to derail 100 times in West Springfield because for some strange reason, AB Studios freight cars are not fond of G-Trax's track laying. Okay. I'll be in my Discord if anyone wants to join. If anyone wants to be part of the Discord, by the way, it's mostly just for supporting this channel. So if you're not into trains, don't join. Because I'm not... I don't want to have to explain to people all of a sudden. Okay. Who the fuck is 9.6? Who are they? Okay. Okay. I'll go on the Trixie Live channel and I'll see if people join there. Okay, so now we can actually make this work. Let's go through our scenarios. There's more of these than I kind of remember. I guess they stopped loading after the core update was running. There we go. I mean, I know we're going to lose frame rate a little bit because of Searchlight's unit. No offense to Searchlight, but I mean... Unless you have one of the best single-core processors out there that can do the best single-core... Unless you have a CPU with the best single-core processing imaginable, there's always going to be frame rate issues with the Searchlight units. It's not so much Searchlight's fault, it's just the fact that this game is terribly written. Once written by British people, and then again written by other British people. So, you see, I think if we took Britain out of the mix, we might be able to get a decent train simulator. Oh, that's right, we have one. It's called Run 8. I'm going to piss off so many people with that comment. I should go back to trying some Roblox games. It's been a while. Okay, now it seems like it's loading better. If someone wants to join the Discord... Oh yeah, if anyone is interested in the Discord, let me know and I'll post it in the chat. Also, your first Train Master is how I found your channel, by the way. Really? That's awesome. Actually, I think you might... You know what? Now if I look on YouTube, you might have been the other one that streamed it. I have to go look again. Maybe that was you. You know, I'm starting to look that up now. Let me double check. You might have been the other streamer. Yeah, that was you. Okay, so the 9-minute one. I'm sorry for saying that. Then yeah, that was you streaming for it. Okay, cool. It's just cool to see anyone willing to stream it. Because it's so underrated, and you see it in so many magazines and so many articles. You would think it was only the menu. Still, you tried. You had the intention of streaming it. Not that you. Very few people can say they've ever had the intention of actually streaming that, and actually like putting an effort in to do it. 4.3, I get it's so limited compared to anything nowadays, but I mean, it's a small team that built a game where they tried to, really build a route in probably the shittiest editor in the world. And my case for it is so beat up, though. Mine isn't really the case. It's the manual that comes with a sleeve inside it, and on the back of it is the security key. I can get it running fine. The only thing, I'll let you know this. Do you happen to use, like, OBS Studio? For your stuff? Or, like, Open Broadcaster software? Because if you want to capture the windows, this is why it's probably was a struggle for you to stream it. The game displays itself as technically two different windows, one for the cab view and one for the controls. And it's really, really weird. Okay, I think we're finally getting somewhere with, oh, Casey's down there. Well, you could have... Saying the word stream doesn't tell me you're here.
Huh?
Saying the word stream doesn't tell me you're here.
Did you take orders from that Steam troller again, Yuri?
No. Streamlabs used to Bandicam. Oh! Okay. Yeah, that's not your fault. I had to fuck with it for a while to make it capturable when I did mine. It's cool that that's how you found it. It's just nice. The fact that anyone's going to look up anything on Trainmaster 4.3 is nice to see. I would like for that game to become... I mean, at least I'm able to say I was the first one to do it. That's kind of a nice feeling. But it is... I would love to see that turn back into a thing. There's so many people that are wanting to do games like, hey, I just drove... Like, there's people in Japan that are like, I drove the whole Densha Goshin route for an hour and a half, and it's all one scenario. And it's like, cool. Well, I want to see people do that with, like, TM 4.3, where they try to do, like, a no commentary... or with commentary, like, drive the full 2 hours across the Denver and Rio Grande for no reason.
I was about to say 4.3, that's the one I'm thinking of, isn't it?
The one where we levitated a Genesis onto a bridge. And we moved buildings. Yes.
Oh no, I'm thinking of the one with the cab view, and only the cab view.
That's what I mean. But we used the dev commands, and we levitated a Genesis out of the way. And I brought trees with me. And I moved buildings and shit. Yes, where it's only a cab view because 3D models barely existed in that game.
Yeah, you're like, let's take a look at this 100-car whatever train, and you turn the camera, and it's just
let me
trash.
look at how OBS say something really quick in comparison to me.
Me? Test.
Oh,
say something.
holy fuck, you are loud. Let me adjust Discord. Oh, my lord. Because I had Discord at 200%. All right, say something now.
Say something
okay, that's good. Great. That's fantastic. All right, friends who have played TS recently. Fucker from Florida, and then a bunch of other people I don't remember. Hey guys, this is Schnauzer Powers here with my 415th video about why DTM eats ass. If you look at the weather map I have behind me, you can see what I'm talking about. Nah, I like Sean. The only problem I have with Sean, personally, is that anytime I have a video idea, I go on YouTube and the assholes posted it 45 minutes ago.
He does really like your mods, though.
He does. That's why I want to do things like Better HSC, because he loves, I'll say that, that's one thing that makes me happy. He loves the Stacks mod and the UMax mod. And he loves that damn 6000 I made. And I'm still so stupid proud of that. Okay, so for those who are wondering, yeah, this is CSO4. So I'll give you the power lineup. We'll be using XUP. I know it's not painted in the right colors, but XUP SD4-2 Snoot 3398. Genesee and Wyoming / New England Central GP38-2 2011. And on the back, my favorite unit, Bay, also known as LMX 8530. The literal powerhouse of fucking Connecticut Southern. There's more units, but they're currently in other parts of the line. So we're starting out at their home base in Hartford. And we have... By the way, we're not building this whole train. This stuff over here is all inbound from the previous day. And then this stuff right here, with the exception of maybe this cut with the tanks. Yeah, we're going to run the whole thing. So this scenario didn't work a while ago because these units, this used to crash coupling to searchlight stuff. I know we're speeding a little bit, but I really do want to get this coupling undone. So one important thing for anyone who's watching this, if you have Virtual New Haven and you have the core updates installed, I know one just got pushed today, but I don't trust it yet, do not left-click on these. Do not. Because you will instantly freeze and crash the game. It won't crash, but it'll freeze forever in white screen. So don't do that. I have had it long before your stream and was curious about it, so I looked it up and I found your stream. Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's... If I would... I'd love to... Honestly, I would watch it if someone else was willing to try again. I have my disc. I could probably help you. Do you... So... Do you still have your installer code and stuff? Like your manual? Because giving it... I think the disc should now be on... I've seen one floating around on the internet that you could download if you needed one. And honestly, at this point, I don't think the devs care. If anyone's still like, you should pay for Trainmaster 4.3. No. It came out in 1998. The only reason you can pay for it is because the Raildriver website is still active. Okay. We're gonna go...
Once that website goes down, then the game can be free.
Well, no, it's just like just trains out. It's like... Here's the thing. If you stop distributing your product and making it available to buy and the only option is eBay, you reserve the right. You don't get the right anymore to complain that your stuff is being pirated.
That's for the public.
Yeah, no. And I know that some people are like, well, you're not a lawyer. You know that that's not how law works. The laws have fucked up a lot of things in society, okay? I mean, let's not... I shouldn't have to bring up the... God. I remember studying this in a college English class was, if you ever get the chance to look up... Not for you, but for anyone... It's a political thing, but if you ever wanted to look up what was called, Michelle Alexander, who had to what was called the New Jim Crow, which is kind of how a lot of incarceration works towards anyone that isn't white, and how fucked up the prison system is, like, as a whole. I have my report somewhere. I should give it to you at some point, because I think you'd find it kind of interesting. Because it's not something that's talked about a lot, but just like in terms of laws, some people are like, well, there's laws about certain things like dumping ROMs. Bruh, if you think that if you're a company that's big enough that you're going to come hunt down people in their homes over like downloading a Super Mario ROM, here's my advice. Get a small pool in your backyard, a plastic one. Make thermite, and then jump in the pool. That's my local.
You're first, ladies and gentlemen.
Just because if you're that petty about it, like, there's protecting your identity, but like, Billy, who's 10 years old on a Windows XP computer downloading a Super Mario ROM, is not going to bankrupt your company. Okay, so
I'm so glad you brought up Super Mario because I wanted to tell you something earlier.
What?
So, Nintendo did their Nintendo Direct today. Turns out Peach, your favorite character out of that new movie, she's getting her own game. Again.
Peach's Balloon World?
No, it's... Oh, God. You remember the wedding scene, obviously, and you were like...
Oh, yeah, the one where she pulls a... The one where... I might just dig it out as something to keep... Problem is the new PC does not have a disk drive. Well... Okay. If you reach out on my Discord... If you join my Discord and you reach out to me, I can help you... Actually, you know what? I think I saw it on the Internet Archive the other day. If you look around, I think someone had uploaded it as, like, lost media. And ISO files don't require you to have a disk drive. It's like a virtual disk drive. That's how a lot of people... That's how, you know, I was playing some of these old games on my laptop, because I didn't have a CD drive. That's how I got Trainmaster to work, because that's not running off a CD drive in that stream, actually. That's running... Well, first of all, it doesn't need a CD in order to run. It's one of those few games where you install it and then it just runs forever. It doesn't need disk. Fuck. But, okay, what are you telling me about Peach gets married and turns into weather balloon or some horse shit?
No, Peach's new game... It was very... For the 20 seconds we saw of it, it looked very... Power up, let's change the color of her dress intensive.
So, no San Francisco Rush?
I don't think so.
There's no Rush 20... There's no soundtrack composed by Barry Leach?
Mm-mm.
There's no wings on the cars for stunts?
There's also a new Mario 2D game, which, well, Peach is playable.
Honey, look, I fixed your virtual New Haven. It's not shit now. It has proper rolling stock.
Hold on, that thing's being weird.
All I had to do was get rid of that New Haven bullshit. Also, you may notice I put crown nut sounds on here because I don't know if you knew this, but even though Searchlight does their own audio, they don't do freight car audio. They actually use crown nut sounds, which I hadn't installed in fucking forever. So every single time I would run the Searchlight stuff, I was like, God, why is it so fucking quiet? There's no sounds. Did I break it? It's like, no. The WJ sound box just needs to be ticked. Oh my god, this thing needs to notch the fuck up. Holy shit.
No, Floyd.
But yeah, you
Floyd,
see...
not yours.
But see, I fixed on...
No. Sorry, the cat's being a dumb shit.
Okay. Thanks for making your problem my problem. That's what this stream is all about. No. Just joined your Discord. Yeah, okay. Let me, did you? Oh, yeah, you did. Cool. Welcome, Conrail. I feel like I've seen you on another server before. Let me add... If you go to the rules channel, you can react and it should give you roles. I am gonna dump the air. Dump the air. Dump the air. Yep. I was expecting that to happen. Actually, that didn't happen the way I was expecting it to. What the fuck? Okay. So now I know that it's not gonna crash. I'm kind of glad I hit it like that. Because something was weird with that. Something was going wrong. Let's hook to the biggest cut. Well, no. We'll hook to... I know how we can build the train now so that it's not going to take as long. I can kind of speed run this. Yeah, if you react to your roles, it should give you... I see you. Let me look. I swear we had mutual servers. We did! The Run 8 server Discord. Okay. Okay, cool. I knew I recognized you from somewhere, because I swear I've seen you around on YouTube. But yeah, I will help you... Let me actually send you a DM here. You'll need something like Demon Tools Lite. There's plenty of tutorials on how to open ISOs, but let me get you... Trainmaster 4.3 should have, Train Master 4.3. Wow. Hun, if I look at Train Master 4.3 now, it's the first thing that shows up on Google is my video. Trainmaster is on archive.org. I don't know why it's acting like it's not. Hold on. I know it's on here. I think it's loading in the background, is it? Yes, it is. There it is. Got it. There you go. That's the disk in ISO form. You download the ISO image thing, and then you can do it from there. And the key for it is right there in the description. Pi Engineering. I still love that they had the audacity in Train Master to put the cover art as a fucking Western Maryland unit. And it's just like it's all not even fucking close. It's like, is there Western Maryland in here? No. What gave you that idea? The fuck did 9.6 send? Wait, that's a Pan Am unit. Whoa, that sounds good. I don't know if that shows up on the stream, but... Whoa. Holy shit, that sounds nice. Here's a weird one. I have no idea who the hell 9.6 is on my server.
Me neither.
But they're recording shit from around up there, so who? I feel like I know this person. I don't remember who they are. Everyone's names are now just abbreviated. Have you noticed that? It's like someone's name and then 3 dots. Are you seeing people with that problem?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Alright, now we can speedrun this. I mean, the stream's probably not going to go that well, and I'll just try it again on Wednesday when I get home from work, but at least I know it's running. Hey, I just heard it now. I think I just heard Bay's compressor work. I think I did fix it yesterday. I think if I ever had to say what my biggest problem with Trainmaster 4.3 was, and they're like, well, we ran out of time. A lot of their excuses was like, we ran out of time, and I'm like, it was 1998, fam. What time limit were you on? Seriously. Like, in the original games were, I mean, they were considered... For those who want to know what Trainmaster 4.3, what it looked like before Trainmaster 4.3 looked like on an older version, Trainmaster 3.2, which you can't get anymore, which is a 2D kind of side-scrolling version that shows gradients and shit, like really zoomed out. That existed, and John Searles, spelled Searles, has a video on his channel where he goes through a lot of the very old train simulators, games like Machinki, or not Machinki, Mechanique, early versions of Zusi, I think like Zusi 2, Locomotion, but he has Trainmaster 3.2, I believe it is. And it's pretty rough. So, like, 4.3 had come a long way. And what's weird is if you look at Trainmaster 4, which you can't get anymore. Well, you can. There is, I think, Softonic. And somewhere else on the internet, the demo of Trainmaster 4, which is technically 4.3, but with a new cab view and some little tweaks. That playable demo, which just includes part of Cane Creek, the potash line, that's still playable, and that looks kind of rough. But it's decent. Did we couple? Okay. Okay, that's one cut coupled. We're gonna do a couple more. But I think I can speed run this. Casey, I'm gonna assume you're doing something really important. So, I'm gonna act polite until someone gets near you, and then I'm gonna scream. Okay. We have a decent-sized train we gotta build. I really should have shoved those two cuts farther in. I don't know why I shoved them so far back. Oh, there is a car that I left down there. Fuck! We'll grab that last. Actually, no, those are open hoppers. We're gonna leave those.
Trying to think of that thing from Stoppable.
What?
When they're talking about the length of trains.
There was 39 cars!
No, it was the, you see that sign? Or how many cars we cut in?
He cut in 25.
20 cars. Alright. You see that sign?
There's about 4 car lengths. It's about 4.5 car lengths between
you
that.
see that sign behind us?
Yeah. Exactly.
There's 20 cars between that. There's room
Exactly
for 21 cars between these two signs. Don't ask how I know.
So why do I have 4.5 cars still to clear? Because of what?
Yeah. So why do I still have 4.5 cars still cutting the clear?
Because I cutting too many cars.
Because you cutting too many cars.
Maybe you wouldn't be on my ass all the time. And the best part is, then you were like, Frank's right, and then I was like, no, go back in the movie earlier, asshole.
No, he's right.
I'm like, he read it off in the van, and it said, pick up 20 cars at the zinc plant. Fuck you. Like,
hey, the good news is they at least got rid of one of those cars when it meant triple.
Yeah.
They at least got rid of one of them.
You need at least 10 cars under the siding. I love how it's like, it just at least. Alright, so the other 10 cars act as a good roadblock. That'll slow down the pair of fucking Gevos.
You're using a portable derailer. Yeah, that'll stop it. It says derail in the name. They don't know shit.
It works like a ramp. It'll lift this wheel.
Going that fast, it'll obliterate anything in its way.
Son of a bitch won't know what hit it. He's got like that guy was from like the fucking FRA too. It is like great.
And then your favorite guy with the pickup truck, I forget his name, but he's great.
Ned.
He's like, I don't care if you have.
I don't care if you are. I don't care if you're working on a Class 3 rip track or welding in Afghanistan. It's all about precision.
All about precision, and then his ringtone is freaking Flight of the Vikings.
Flight of the Vikings.
Flight of the
What the fuck?
How the hell do you say it?
It's Flight of the Valkyries. Jesus Christ.
Valkyries, Valerie, Valentine.
The fucking Flight of the Vikings. Yeah, I remember the Vikings were really good at fucking flying.
Yeah, that's why we made pirate ship boats that don't sit in one place. They move around and fly.
Oh my god, holy shit. I am melting these traction motors. Oh my lord, I am not going to be able...
Oh, yeah, speaking of unstoppable, like the Independence going out like that, 1206.
No, wasn't the Independent wasn't what set the block on fire, you idiot.
Oh wait, no, it was the Dynamics.
It was the fucking... It's dynamics. You're building... Here's the best part. It technically makes sense why they went. The amount of undue stress you're putting on them to make a fucking... It's rheostatic braking, I think is what it is. I'm trying to remember. But that kind of braking, with no ability to slow down, you're going to burn it out after a while if they're actually doing their job and you're not slowing down over time. You're going to fry them. Not so much to that extent, but dynamic brakes can fail. Why do you think that the brake warn light exists? That's what that's for dynamics. The brake warn light is for dynamics.
1206, what's your power? Yeah, it's 5,000 horses. She's beat, but she's still good.
I love when you just paraphrase shit. Because then it throws off my brain, like, is that what's really in the movie? No, it's not! He's fucking wrong!
No, he says 5,000.
5,000 horses! She ain't much, but she's still got some life left in her. 1206, go... Hey, you gotta admit... 5,000 horsepower is...
Two AC 4400s with the single SD4.
Hey, not just...
Something someone would certain someone would do.
Not just any AC 4400s. Those are AC 4400 EVs. They're actually a specific version.
They're so evolutionary that they can drop the throttle and notch it at any time.
Honey, if you loosen the spring and you damage that throttle... If you damage a lever badly enough... over time that this mechanism is loose and there's a big fucking goddamn bubble on the top of it that's weighted, eventually it's gonna fall. There was also a 39 fucking car. I just hooked up to the wrong goddamn cut.
You said it like 20 times and I love it every time. I just can't remember it. What's your definition of the movie Stoppable? It was like It's so
It
good
my
in the
favorite.
movie.
It's my oh yeah, it's my favorite movie. It's the one where. Hold on.
Yeah, that one.
My
Thank you
favorite
everybody
movie is where
hilarious.
my favorite movie is Stoppable, where the alerter for the alerter goes off and triggers a penalty application on track 10.
That's what the alerter kicks in, drops the air, gives a penalty.
I mean, if you that's a scary thing. I still think I'm wondering what happened to that Amtrak engineer when I was driving home from your place, because I know I listened to the sounds and I listened to how it happened. I can tell you he missed an acknowledgement, because where we stopped there's no signals. We were in the trenches past New Haven. And we stopped, and I heard a bunch of beeps that I know were access in the cab. And what I thought I heard was air apply, because I know I heard brakes release.
When and where was this?
When I drove home on 108. I called you on the phone and said we suddenly stopped. And I was whispering it because I didn't want any other crew to think that the engineer might have...
Oh, yeah, you were talking about access. That's what it was.
Because someone...
I thought, when I was on the train...
I don't want to get this engineer... And I don't want to get this engineer in trouble. I'm just saying, I think that that was the sound... Again, probably an honest mistake. Probably had some shit going on the radio or something and just missed it by a second. I mean, we didn't come to a hard stop, but we stopped. And I kind of went like... Why would we be stopping here? Wouldn't they just hold us in New Haven Station if there was traffic? Why hold us on the main line? Because nothing passed us. That's the other thing I should explain. Nothing passed us while that was happening, going either direction. But that's got to be a shitty fucking feeling. I think the stream's going to probably be in two parts. One is going to be today, be just building the train and getting part way up there, and then I'm going to pause the game and leave it running for like a day and a half. And then just start the stream of doing the main operations tomorrow. Reason I'm not going into the night is because I'm going to visit the rest of the Wolf family for late Father's Day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I said on Monday, I was like, I'm not I called up Wolf Mom and was basically like, hey, I just got home from work at like 2 o'clock after, like, I'm tired and covered in dirt and shit. I don't want to fucking go do this right now. And Wolf Dad was fine with it and everything, so I was basically just kind of like, yeah. And she's like, just come on Wednesday. We're going to do dinner then. So, going to go visit the folks, do my shit, and then come home, and then get ready for work tomorrow. I gotta dump this. Please tell me that because that's only 3 cars, it's not going to derail. Because I'm slowing down. I'm only coupling at 11. Okay, I didn't derail. Okay. Also, I didn't engage flat spots because I'm not a fucking asshole.
Oh, I put them on 100%.
Yeah, you do. And then it's one of the... I don't understand how after a while that doesn't become unbearable to you. Of, wow, every car sounds like it ran over a landmine and 6 people.
I love that sound.
I hope you hear that in your sleep. I'm gonna get that fucking Alltech Lansing speaker when you're sound asleep and curled up and cozy. And I'm gonna fucking blast that for a half-hour loop next to your fucking ears.
I would kind of enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm sure you would. You sick fuck. You disgust me. Okay, I have to put in an emergency. Wait 60 seconds. I actually have to do... That's the thing I keep forgetting, is I'm kind of like, huh, Searchlight shit is really realistic, but for some reason it went in emergency and it didn't trigger PCS, and then all of a sudden the PCS kicks in. I go, oh, fuck, I can't move. Reading the TS American channel is great. Okay. We can finally take power again. Build. They pushed another core update today, which is why TS is wanting to update in the background. But for some reason it wants to do a validation of game files, which will ruin every single third-party thing I have.
You have to be kidding me.
I didn't initialize that either. For some reason, when Steam started, instead of just doing an update, it did that. Because it says validating all of it.
Break all my shit next time I go to load it.
No, for me specifically. It's no one else seems to have the problem, but for me it does, and I don't have a way to get Steam to not do it. Maybe if I reinstall Steam on top of itself, I can get it to do it. I should try that. Oh my god, is this SD40 going to take power? I'm in Notch 8, nearly frying the traction motors, and the air brakes are like, nah fam, it's great. Then again, CSO, I've noticed, does not seem to give a flying fuck about tonnage calculations. Because they'll bring it, it'll be like, what's that? They brought in one B40 and a Jeep 38-2. Cool. Clear for 75 cars. Either that or the air is still trying to release, which wouldn't make much sense. Like, I'm frying these traction motors and I'm not moving anywhere. Okay, we have severe wheel slip. But the brakes are off. This is not a long train. Why is this suddenly struggling? I'm wondering if the other engines are somehow just not obeying. That's one of the things that's always worried me about Searchlight units. But see, now we pick up tons of speed, so what's slipping? Maybe there's a little bit of a flat spot. I didn't do anything to the install, I just dumped the files in, so. Alright, let's grab the other searchlight cut. Anyone else commenting? Jahan made a good video about that. You. Amtrak 9222. Welcome to stream. Wait, Jahan made... It'd be wonderful... That would be wonderful. I'll join and DM you if that's okay. Seems like something happened in my chat in the last 10 minutes. I have no idea what it was. Jahan made a good video about that. About what? Unstoppable?
I don't care if you're working a Class 3 rip track in Afghanistan.
Close enough.
It's all about precision.
Close enough. Okay, so if I remember this correctly, which cut... So the one with the tanks is the one we're going to take last, because that has the trash hoppers, and that's normally what gets shoved in first. So the cars in the way back, these two cuts, well, these three, we're going to say one of them has a defect, and we're not going to fuck with them. The rest of the shit is going. We just have to make sure we can, you know, make it to Connecticut. This D40 does not is not a huge fan of moving. It's kind of annoying. It's like it doesn't send signals. Someone's going to say I'm doing something wrong, but searchlight engines are supposed to be, despite being pro mode, a little bit kind of, you can kind of pick them and play and run them at least. Especially the SD40s. But that's not happening.
Huh.
Like, it takes, it's like it's taking an incredible, it's like there's no air in the cars all of a sudden. I wonder if I have to redo this free roam so that all the cars are already lined up. Because I just rolled to a stop and then released the brakes, and the brakes are still not charging. Oh, they are. They're just really slow. Okay, the brakes are charging. They're just bad. Like, what's happening is... I think the problem here is that the brakes are communicating properly through the SD40, but not through the other two units. I mean, the problem is if someone was like, well, Yuri, just run the SD40s. No, you're not going to see both those SD40s pull the 70-car trains. You're going to see the Dash 8s, and the only Dash 8s we have that are B40 standard cabs are EN12s. So people will be like, well, don't complain, make it yourself. I'm not spending 8 years of my life making a Dash 8 that no one's going to download. I ain't Searchlight. I don't have $10,000 microphones. Or however much money he spent on sound equipment. Plus scripting, modeling, accuracy, simulation, fuck all that. I could have sworn that Woody had like. I mean, no offense to Searchlight, but I kind of would have expected that they would have thought at some point, like, well, you're not going to run just all SD40s and 4400s. Like, you're going to run something. Like, if I want to do like, I have to do a CSO lash up unconventionally, because no offense, I'll probably have kids of my fucking own by the time a set of Searchlight Dash 8s come out. Can't even use, if they're SS, can't even use them anymore. Your other engines have to be set up too. They're technically, I mean, there isn't really any setup on those other engines. The RSC Jeep is everything. I mean, it's already, you know, it's a simple blueprint. And then EN12 stuff, I think, has some script to it, I think. Otherwise, it's a blueprint too. So there isn't really anything else I can do to set those up. There's no circuit breakers on those two units, so I don't have a way to make them, like, trail. It's just using the time-honored thing of auto trail that Railworks has been doing forever. Which, I mean, is not great, but, you know, we don't really have a choice in the matter. Don't get me wrong, I like Searchlight stuff. My issue is that, and they take a long time to release stuff, but it ends up being good. But it also means that if you're someone that, like, wants to run mixed era stuff, it's like, what end does the Searchlight have? Oh, well, they've got their enhancement pack units. But, like, there's no enhancement pack for, like, B40s. So we, you know. Like, I'm sure all the units that use the Searchlight Simulations enhancement packs work fine in these lash-ups because it's using similar scripting. But stuff that isn't using that is obviously going to have a different story. So I think what I'm going to have to do is the weird way, which I don't like doing because it's not prototypical, but basically slowly coasting into each cut and then slamming it forward. I mean, the other thing is that most of my switching and running is done using the Shift F5 key because when I'm the only person driving, if I don't have a conductor, why the fuck should I do brake tests? There's no point. Like, I think we can totally make it with all this power, but, it's gonna be curious. I don't think you do brake tests while switching. No, you don't, but you're just cutting in air and then releasing the brakes and letting them actually charge and run 8. Sometimes I do it, but, like, when I have to work in an industry that nobody's worked on a server for a while, I get it. Stop. Bringing the train to a stop, hooking up, applying 3-step protection, opening the angle cogs up, and then gently releasing the brakes and, you know, moving. I don't do that in Run 8 much because it's just wasting more time for me when I need to get this cleared so I can bring the other 3 AI trains in just to work in industry that hasn't been worked in 2 months. The thing with a lot of Run 8 multiplayer servers is that people have their own lives. It's not so much a problem, but but it kind of is in a weird way. Is that because everyone's got their own lives? I just applied those brakes, so now they'll never release. I will be long dead before these brakes come off. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it is the brake cylinder that's doing it. So I don't know what the brake calculations are doing. They're just really slow. Is that thing like, say if I'm hooking up to something and running and I'm trying to work an industry that's not Los Nietos, like an intermodal ramp, and I'm not and I'm there's other AI trains that are supposed to go into to fill in that industry again after the one I set up that's currently leaving. I don't fuck around with time. I'll use AI to move shit when I don't want to have to get in the cab and move it. But one of the things I'll do is, like, say I hook up to a cut of cars. I'll run close to that cut of cars at maybe 20. Like, I'm going to shatter all the knuckles and derail the train and corrupt it. Right before they couple, hit Shift F5 and immediately stop them. Then hit F7 to do the the air brake and angle cocks cheat. Slam it in forward and move them. And then when I go to finish stuff and I need to move somewhere and bring it to a halt instead of using the air brakes, Shift F5, unhook the thing, and then move. It's very lazy and not realistic, but if you're not on a server running with friends and you're not all kind of working locals in a general area or working with someone as a conductor, a lot of the more realistic parts just become increasingly time-consuming when traffic is backed up and local jobs are backed up. And it's a thing that happens on any Run 8 server. It's why it's such a problem for me. I just put this in emergency now, and I've probably derailed this. I've probably just derailed this whole cut and just fuck up the stream. Yep. Okay, we're gonna go. Okay, we are not doing that. I'm gonna have to do this off camera for an hour and then do the stream. We're not doing that. It will take probably, if I'm honest about doing a full CSO4 stream, it will probably take as long as it takes the crew in real life. If I were to do a CSO4 stream, it would probably be a 6-hour long stream. Even with the cheats that train simulation bring. I think I know what I'm going to do. It's a really shitty idea, and I really shouldn't, because I'll regret it, but I have to. I think I'm going to look for a non-searchlight snoot nose. I need to find something with shittier physics so that the air brakes work.
So there's a default Kuju snoot.
I don't think so. If there is one, I don't know about it. I think I'm going to have to find a more low-quality, really badly made engine if I want this slash-up to work. I'm doing it based off what I've witnessed in real life for lash-ups. So I don't want to run just the pair SD40s because those run at 4 in the fucking morning. That's CSO1. I don't want to do a CSO1 run because it's dead simple, it's stupid, and it's dark. What the fuck would the point be? Let me look up if there's a snoot available. Someone made one for TS 2014. Oh god, I think there is one, but it's BNSF. Oh god, that's stupid. Fuck. I don't think there is a UP one. Mods made a snoot, but I think it's only for trains. It's not even that I hate Searchlight, I can't model the stuff of my state if I don't use non-Searchlight content. So I don't really know. I should probably just start getting ready to go for work. I don't know. I think I'm gonna end up retrying the stream about 6 or 7 times before I can do a whole run. Here's the other reason why this is a difficult stream to do, and why I've actually taken so long to do it, is there's a critical issue for me that has been a problem since Kuju, but it got worse with Dovetail, and it will never, ever, in our lifetime, ever get better. Which is a function you probably forgot even existed.
Mm-hmm.
Save and reload. A save game.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot use that with anything made by Searchlight Simulations because of the scripts. If you have a long scenario with Searchlight units and you want to take a break, you pause the game and you keep your computer running. Because if you save and reload, you break the scripts. Because they don't have a save and reload thing, because there isn't... The save and reload function apparently in TS, more often than not, will just crash the game. Literally. What I might do, I don't think there's a way to clone a scenario. I'm gonna take the next month to like debug this and see if I can find a way to make this more playable for viewers. I could attach all the cars together, but the point was to not do that. The point was to do it the way the crews do it real world, which is grab each cut, build the train, and fuck off. Go to West Springfield, do a little shit at the fucking interchange, shove into the yard, sort your shit, run around, grab your new shit, and back the fuck out and go to Hartford. That's the whole... If that's how the crews are doing and they're getting paid for it, then fuck, that's the way I want to do it. Like, I'm not in the mood for making... Unstoppable is now free on YouTube. Now is the time for the funny. What? For real? Indiana just told me that. That's fucking awesome. I don't really have any other free roams that I can... Because the problem is the one that says Class 20 boy, I already streamed. It was a stream called B39-8E, so I can't stream that again. I don't really have anything I can stream. Because streaming scenarios, I need to be in a better mindset, and I'm not in that mindset now, so... I don't know. I think that might be it for today.
Oh.
I don't know. I just... There isn't anything else particularly... like, special at this moment that I can, you know, run.
I feel that. Don't worry.
I can run this really quick. I could fire up Time Saver for like half a minute.
I'm sorry. I just heard something freaking hilarious. So I have the TV on in the background, right?
Yeah.
You ready?
What's up?
I thought this might cheer you up.
Okay. What's up?
So I'm watching Board Games, which is Angry Video Gamers board game stuff.
Yeah. Is it the phone one?
He describes playing the mousetrap, just playing with it as a toy, is like giving a madman a loaded gun and a pile of crack.
Building that's probably the only thing I ever did with that game when I was a kid was just build the fucking mousetrap.
I mean, load it as a toy.
All right, I'll at least give these a quickie run just because at least that's fun.
He's got a point. You know, you give a madman a loaded gun and some crack, it's just like playing with mousetrap, but just not playing it as a board game.
That's bass horn. Actually, that's 85. Yeah, that is bass horn. So these two numbers are not included in the default pack. I made these special. I custom numbered them because that's part of the. That's not an ARN. That's a texture.
It's all about turning this crank to make a stop sign, hit a shoe to kick a bucket.
I think the reason why I go so far with a lot of my streams and just like when I make scenarios and shit is everyone's always like, I always hear the complaint from the US community, which is some things are not done well enough, which I couldn't fucking agree more with. But the number of people that are trying to go for that much accuracy is small. Because most of these people are like, I'm not modders. I'm like, cool, then what the fuck do you want us to do? Like,
in a good way. It kind of reminds me of myself. Like, I know all this information and historical shit that I can make for Virtual New Haven, but damned if I'm ever gonna try it. You know what I mean, right?
okay, so they both have different horns. I gave each of them a different horn. But not a different bell, because I'm lazy. I should, though. Is there a railroad crossing over here? I doubt there is. That's a buffer. Fuck. Wait, there's a buffer with a railroad crossing. Oh, that's for that track. Okay. I'm gonna end up hitting this shit, aren't I? Yeah, I need like half a day. Like, if I wanted to stream this, I'd have to stream at like 9 in the morning to like do a to make this work. But I woke up weirdly, so I think that's gonna be it. On the download page, I was wondering which one to download. The ISO CRSD 80 Mac, the one that says ISO image. Yeah, I think that's just one of the things that irks me is like, it's like why I go so nuts with like accuracy in my scenarios, like double black for TSW, like double black diamond, stack up, like all of those. Like if someone could see what the actual timetable file looks like, it has sticky notes on it. It's got every fucking symbol has a name. Every train, even AI, has a proper symbol on it. The player will never see this shit, but it's there. There's all these scenarios. I want them to feel like when you get in them, you're like, I am a fucking recrewing this train, and I got shit to do. Instead of it, because I don't have the ability to create set pieces. I don't like scripting shit, because scripting things I did programming for years, and I fucking hated it. Robotics programming was at least fun because, when it worked, it worked. You had a robot you could test shit with. The thing is, I don't even know. I think one of my problems is that the only time I ever have a game with a relatively flawless stream is Run 8, and that's because it just loads. Run 8 isn't there to... The thing I like about Run 8, it's not there to waste your time, and I get that there are things that it lacks. Heavy scripting like TS, being able to modify the engines and things. I get that there's a lot that it lacks. But in terms of a game that you can just run, that's open-ended, that you can just fire the fuck up and be driving a train within like 2 minutes, there's not even TSW 3 on a fucking console can touch Run 8 in terms of how quickly you can get in and do what you fucking want to do.
And I can attest to that.
Run 8 does not fuck around. It is not that... Greenstone programs this shit all the time. He's a programmer. He wants shit to be able to just run. The way that Greenstone is in Run 8 does everything it can to make sure that you don't waste your fucking time. TSW's gotten better. I mean, ugh. I remember the days where 5 minutes to wait for a scenario to load. Holy fucking shit. Almost 10. I'd be like, oh great, I guess I'll just never play it.
And the good old days on Sam Patch.
Trains with a Z is good eye candy, and you can make some beautiful fucking routes in trains. You really can. Some of these routes, there are routes in Trains with a Z that are fucking spectacular. But your frame rate is going to go to shit if you don't have a decent GPU. And also, the amount of private content in trains... I think there's less fucking private, secret shit in Area 51 than there is for trains.
It's a good way to put it, actually.
And everyone wants to monetize. If you're not going to start out doing freeware, my advice is if you're doing stuff for trains content and your first thing you're expecting to make is going to be payware, I would advise you rethink your entire strategy, because there's already so much payware in trains that it's the reason why I still make jokes about MSTS, but there's a reason why OpenRails is still around and why TrainSim.com is still around, and it ain't because of the trains content. Because MSTS content, and even some of that payware shit, you got a friend with a fucking CD drive? Motherfucker, you can get whatever you want.
MSTS is one thing, though.
MSTS is... here's the thing. OpenRails is great. I love that they're trying to extend the life of MSTS, and it has. But for once, get your realistic physics out of my fucking train sim. Take me back to janky physics. I don't like wheel slip. Wheel slip is bad. I think that's just going to be it for today, folks. If I do the CSO4 stream, you're not going to see it for a while. It's going to be a really long stream, probably about 4 hours. So strap the fuck in. Otherwise, it's going to be like a 3 or 4 part long live stream that's just going to involve my computer being on for 2.5 weeks. So that's going to be that. I'd do like an outro or something, but I don't even know if I have outro music for... Actually, let me look this up. I'm pretty sure I do. I usually do outros, but if a stream doesn't go well, I usually don't. Let me throw this little theme on. I think that's it. No, that's a different fucking theme. I need the one for... Why does that theme not show up? There it is. Alright. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.